What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're reaching deep within my backlog to finally review Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And I suspect this one's going to be a short one because really, what is there to say about it? I adored the original. You can listen to me gush all about it in that year's Game of the Year video. And although I played it for myself and not the channel, I loved Miles Morales just as much. Dare I say even a little bit more than our dear Peter. I don't know, just something about him and his crew of friends, his personality, his youthful charisma, just everything about him. I don't know if it just struck me differently or resonated with me more somehow, but he's really a hard character not to like in at least some capacity. And then you jump to Spider-Man 2, and that's really the best of both worlds because we get to play as both the Spider-Men. And my favorite thing about that dynamic has to be the fact that these are two very different people from different walks of life, in very different stages of life. On one hand, you have Peter, who's a little bit older, and he's at the point where he's trying to find a secure and solid career path while navigating the grief over the loss of his Aunt May, and if I recall correctly, at least to some degree, considering a future beyond Spider-Man and what that might look like. And then you have Miles, who is just beginning his college career and really trying to figure out that nice balance between his personal responsibilities and his duties as the hero. Very similar to, what Peter and really anybody who puts on a mask and a costume and decides to save the day has to do. There's also this really special thing going on with him where he's on this journey trying to figure out how to forgive Mr. Negative for the role he played in the death of his father. And I just found that to be really impactful, to see kind of that growth in him as a young man. And there's just between he and Peter, there's just a lot of great similarities and contrasts between them that I really appreciate seeing kind of come together and play out. But then, of course, there's all of the stuff building up in the world around them. For instance, you have Venom attaching to Harry Osborn, which kind of staves off his terrible illness and will inevitably build to Norman becoming the Green Goblin, which is cool. Carnage gets teased here, and will, I can only assume, show up at some point further on down the road. You have Kraven the Hunter running around being an absolute badass, killing other villains, in this sort of search for an ultimate challenge or one last trophy hunt, which leads him to Venom and one of the best modern boss fights that I can think of. Really, really cool and just sticks out in my mind. And yeah, the game is awesome, just all around awesome. And look, I've never really been a huge fan of the MCU, if I'm honest. I could really care less about it. But if you give me a connected universe of games, that's something I can invest in. That's something I can get behind. And I'm really curious to know where it goes from here. For an example, how the Wolverine game is going to fit into everything and where that's going to take it and what doors that's going to open up. And yeah, if I still did them without a shadow of a doubt, Spider-Man 2 would be on a Game of the Year list for sure. But I think that's going to wrap this video up, guys. So as always, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one.